In today's episode of Food Basics Reinvented, we're gonna make super delicious buttery chocolate bread topped with Belgian chocolate that will blow your mind with amazing chocolate flavor and super delicious bread crust. To make the most delicious chocolate bread dough, start with a 445 gram of bread flour in the stand mixer bowl. Then add 10 gram of unsweetened cocoa powder, followed by 6 gram rapid rise yeast, 36 gram of sugar, and 10 gram of salt. These are the dry ingredients. Give everything a quick mix using a whisk or spatula. Then make a well in the middle. Beat one large size egg and pour in the middle. Then add 320 gram of fresh milk that has been warmed in the microwave to 105 degrees Fahrenheit. Soften 35 gram of unsalted butter. You can do this by cutting the butter into cubes and microwave them for a few seconds, as I always do to save time, or just cut the butter and leave it outside the fridge for about an hour before baking. We will also use 90 gram of chocolate chips that we will add during mixing. Now attach the dough hook to your stand mixer and start mixing on low speed until all ingredients come together. If some flour sticks to the wall of the stand mixer bowl and did not combine well with the wet ingredients, stop the mixing and scrape the sides of the stand mixer bowl with a spatula. Then turn on the stand mixer again on low speed until all ingredients combine. Now start adding the softened butter cubes gradually. When the butter disappears and combines with the dough, increase the speed to medium-high and knead for 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, the dough will become soft and smooth and you can start adding the last ingredient. With the stand mixer on medium-high, dump 90 gram of unsweetened chocolate chips and let the stand mixer combine the dough and the chocolate chips together. This shouldn't take more than 30 to 40 seconds so the chocolate chips do not start melting in the dough. Turn off the stand mixer and soften some unsalted butter in the microwave. Use a brush and grease a glass bowl with the butter. You can also use the stand mixer bowl if you're not going to use it for anything else. Take the dough and fold it a couple of times on itself to make a beautiful dough ball. Place the dough in the greased glass bowl and cover with a plastic wrap or a clean kitchen towel. Leave the dough to ferment in a warm place for 1.5 to 2 hours for the best taste, or until at least doubled in size. During fermentation time, grease 2 9x4 bread baking pans with softened unsalted butter. When the bread bakes, this butter will create an amazing and super delicious crust, so be generous with the butter and you will thank me later. After 2 hours, the dough has tripled in size, which is totally fine. This will make the bread even tastier when it's baked. Deflate the dough with your hand, get it out of the glass bowl and place it on the work surface. By the way, the feeling when you deflate the dough is very satisfying and the smell is incredibly delicious. Cut the dough in half and use a kitchen scale to make 2 equal pieces. As I mentioned in my previous white bread video, you don't need to use a kitchen scale if you don't have one. It's me who is so paranoid that the 2 loaves will not be identical, so just use your own judgment when you cut the dough and your loaves will be perfect. Now follow this technique to roll the perfect loaf of bread. First, flatten the dough with your fingers to make a rectangle, then fold it on itself. Stretch it from the sides and then flip the 2 ends. Flatten to make a rectangle again and then roll the dough to make a cylinder. Don't pinch the bread from the end or the bottom and just place it in the baking pan with the seam down. And this is how they do it at all professional bakeries that I have seen. Cover the baking pan with a plastic wrap and follow the same steps to prepare the second loaf. Let the dough rise again for about an hour. And here are the loaves after an hour. They have risen beautifully and ready to go in the oven. Remove the plastic wrap and bake on a 375 degrees Fahrenheit preheated oven for 35 to 40 minutes. During this time, you just wait and enjoy the smell of this delicious bread baking in your hot oven. Take a break, and after 35 to 40 minutes, get the bread out of the oven and look at this, guys. Freshly baked, incredibly delicious chocolate bread that you won't be able to stop eating. It also made my kitchen smell amazing with this buttery, chocolatey combination of flavors and smells. This is lovely. Carefully get the bread out of the baking pan and look how beautiful it is. Look at the side. The chocolate has melted on the side and mixed with butter to create a super delicious crust. You can enjoy the chocolate bread right now, fresh out of the oven, and it will be super delicious. Or you can leave it to cool down for about an hour before you start slicing. Now let's slice this beautiful chocolate bread and see what we made. Look at this, guys. It's beautiful and the smell is so delicious. The crust on this bread has been created with a freshly baked dough mixed with delicious chocolate and butter. What is better than that in life? Can you imagine the smell here? To enjoy this amazing bread, I always like to drizzle some melted Belgian chocolate on it, because this chocolate goes very well with this bread. Now it's time that we dig in, so let me take the first bite on your behalf. Wow, this is unreal. It's like chocolate and butter heaven. The baked bread itself is super delicious and the taste of the chocolate and butter together is unbelievable. Now, I need another bite. I can't stop eating this, guys. This was super delicious bake. Unfortunately, it's time for me to go, but not without this incredible bread. I'm not leaving this alone. I hope you like this episode. Please try this recipe and tell me your opinion in the comments below or on Food Basics Reinvented Facebook and Instagram pages. Please subscribe so you don't miss any of my new videos. Thank you so much for watching. Bon appetit!